I need a dollar, 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 that's what I need. Hey, hey. Well, I need a dollar, 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 that's what I need. Hey, hey. Said I need a dollar, 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 that's what I need.
Anne-Marie, thanks for being here. I wanted to talk to you about, because there's so much buzz about this new tax legislation, and I know that accountant after accountant is kind of going through this, trying to make sense of it. Quite frankly, we don't really know right now how a lot of this is going to play out, right? There's going to be some litigation that goes on, I guess, over the years and get some
Absolutely.
decisions. Yeah.
They enacted this in December of 2017, and everybody was very excited. And as soon as we found out what the specifics of this law were, as they were presented at the time, already we could tell there was going to be a lot open to interpretation. And people were scrambling to, interpret it in their direction, in their interest. And they're just, when we tried to look things up and seek further guidance, it just wasn't there. So yeah, there's going to be a lot of things open for interpretation. There's a lot of gray. That being said, over the summer they issued additional guidance, which helped, and it was because accountants were saying, listen, we need more guidance here. Our clients are wondering if it pertains to them or not, and we need more guidance. So over the summer, they gave more regulations, more specificity, and to help us guide our clients.
Oh, that makes sense.
Well, it was good because, we needed to know because we needed to make decisions.
And part of that applied to professional service firms, right? I know because I'm one, you guys are one, and I know that a lot of your clients are in professional services. And there was some ambiguity about deductions as it related to professional service firms.
So, and that was a problem because when this Section 199A came out, it was specific to everybody but professional services. And who are those? And they said, well, use the definition under Code Section 448 and 1202. But the problem is when you went to both those code sections, as we did, one had a definition, and these were professional services, but didn't include these. And so already we were having issues with who is a professional service corp. Now we all know who they are, but everybody was trying to say, well, is it me or is it not me?
Right.
And so, from the onset, to me, the spirit of how this bill came out was to help the middle class, the middle working class. So that meant physicians, attorneys, accountants, those people are a professional class, and they weren't really there to help them unless their income was below a specific threshold. Then they were eligible for this deduction. So anyway, the first thing people were trying to do is trying to get out of being a professional service corp. We had attorneys who were trying to set up LLCs to move some of their income to these LLCs, but they were right on that. They said, nope, no management, no consulting. So they really were trying to help the middle working class, which is why they exempted, in my opinion, architects and engineers, because those are kind of support services for construction, manufacturing, those sort of things. I think they allowed the engineers and architects, who are by definition in 448, 199A, initially 1202 professional service corporates. So they were exempted from this, I think, because they were support services for those industries.
Got it. Is that the way it exists right now, that you kind of look at those industries as being, included in, do you have a clearer picture now of who's included and who's not?
A more clear.
Okay.
And I think right now we have enough idea of what the spirit of it was and how they're trying to curtail people skirting around it, that we know what they're trying to do. For instance, I'll give you for instance, physicians, medical industry are bad. They're called SSTBs, specified service trade or businesses. But the support services for those industries are okay. So we have a client who's in medical billing. Now, technically that's part of the health, is that health industry or not? So we had to go looking, and it seems as if, and we're pretty confident, although we don't have a private letter ruling or any court case per se, but we're 99% confident that our client, who's a medical biller for the health industry, is eligible, is a qualified business, and is eligible for the 20% deduction. The physicians that they do the billing for obviously are not. So that's one of the ways that we're able to say, yep, this is okay. But every single one, we're having a discussion, we're going to look, and I think what's going to happen is as people file their returns this year for 18, because it's the first year, they're going to be, not our clients, but people out there who don't know one way or the other, they're going to try and do it, and then they're either going to be audited, or they're going to be private letter rulings, or as you said, litigation, or that sort of thing.
How do you help your clients plan for this? In other words, you say, we took a really good look at this client, and it seems that they apply, they qualify rather for this
Right.
20%. Do you say to them, it seems that you qualify, but save a rainy day money in case something happens? Okay.
No, we have to be better than that. So we're definitely being better than that.
Okay.
There's a client, before this existed, that we're discussing whether to make an S election for them. They were a single member LLC. And their income, they've been doing well for several years, and their income was high enough that it's a good tax time before this law to make an S election, and you can be taxed differently, and you can save on payroll taxes and that sort of thing. But anyway, when this law came out, we thought, whoa, let's hold off on this, because as a single member LLC and an eligible company, we found that they would be getting a 20% deduction on their net profit, period, end of story, if they stayed as Schedule C. If they took the S election, which is what we would have normally done, based on everything we knew for, in my case, the last 25 years, it would have been better to do the S election, but the S election would have given less net income to be subjected to the 20%. So that's something we had to decide last March. So we were on this from the beginning, and our clients, most of our clients here, we don't just deal with at tax time.
Right.
We're with them and consulting with them all year long. We were on this from the beginning, trying to decide if they were, and we were making those decisions regarding payroll, regarding bonuses, regarding all kinds of things to make sure that they were going to be able to utilize this deduction to the best of their ability.
So this isn't for the faint of heart, right? I mean, you have to,
No.
you want a professional to come in and say, let's make an educated decision here.
This new tax law is great on so many levels. I think for 95% of the country, and I have a lot of family members and a lot of people in the middle of the country, I think they're going to be able to file their tax return on their own, old school style, front and back piece of postcard. If you have a business of any sort, any business, sole proprietorship, if you're a partner in a partnership, or you have shares in an S corporation, you need to be seeking an accountant's professional advice, because you could be losing out on something. And it's important to plan, and it's important to know that you're even eligible. I speak to some people who aren't clients, just family, friends, and networking things, and there are a lot of people that don't even know about the 20% period, let alone whether they're eligible for it.
Right.
So what are they doing to plan for that? They're the people who are just like, oh, my accountant will deal with it. Sure, your accountant's going to file your tax return at the end of the year, but did you screw up this year and not utilize everything that you were able to reduce your taxes? It's a difference between reactive and proactive, and so we're not reactive here to the best of our ability. We're proactive for our clients.
Great. Thank you so much for your time. That was fantastic. I appreciate it.
Great. Thanks for talking to me.